Good morning, everyone. Lovely morning. It's supposed to be up in, I think, the upper 70s today here, so that's going to be nice. They did say a few little clouds, but that's okay. I like the warmth. Anyway, I woke up sniffling and all this morning and drank my coffee, and then I took some Alka-Seltzer for colds because I don't want to get sick again. I've had enough of it this year. But anyhow, I woke up thinking about, I know yesterday I talked about love, but I woke up thinking about hate this morning because I read in an article about that young girl in Maryland that was shot at the school, and that her parents are going to pull the plug. And I thought, oh my God, look at what hate is doing to our country. There is so much of it. I mean, I'm 74. I'll be 75 next month. And I have never, ever, ever seen anything as bad as it has been in the last few years. You know, I mean, it's getting worse. It's escalating. The hate is escalating. And I don't understand it. I do and I don't. I can see where a lot of it is coming from. God forbid. But I don't understand why so many people are angry. You know, when I feel really angry about something, I take myself into meditation. And I try to take as long as I need to release that anger spirit and bring the good in. And, you know, I was thinking also about people and how we don't reach out to other people. We don't give of ourselves. I've always tried. My grandmother always told me that what I am and who I am is not just for me. It's to share with others. So that's what I've tried to do all my life. I met a young man one day. I had a family member that was in jail, and while I was waiting to be called in, this young man was sitting there, and it was obvious to me because I'd been around AIDS people, you know, with AIDS, and it was obvious he had it. And me, I'm very outspoken. I just ask, you know, I don't stare, I just ask. And I said, you know, do you have AIDS? And he said, yes, ma'am, I do. And then he proceeded to tell me how he got the AIDS, which was very sad. And just had a nice little conversation with him while I waited. Well, when they called me to go in, I stood up and I bent down and I kissed him on one side of the face because the other side had sores. So I kissed him on the clear side and hugged him, and he's just like, oh my God, why did you do that? And I said, well, I felt you needed it. He says, but you know I have AIDS. I said, yeah, but you're human, just like me, just like anybody else, and you need that, just like everybody else. Another time, I hugged this lady. I just met her, and I don't believe in shaking hands. I believe in hugging. And it was funny because she, when I hugged her, she just jumped back, and she said, what'd you do that for? I said, I hug, I don't shake hands. And she said, but why me? I said, well, why not you? I said, you know, I just I prefer to hug a person, and that's me. And she says, yes, she says, you know, a lot of people hug me, but when they hug me, I could feel that pat. She says, it's not real hug, but you really hugged, and you really meant it. I said, yes, ma'am, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't mean it. So, you know, it was kind of a revelation to me that so many people out there need that. They really need to know that we care in one form or another form. I'm an affectionate person, and that sometimes gets me in trouble because I'll hug a man and a woman if they're together. I'll hug both of them, and a lot of time the women don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't mean anything by hugging your husband. I hugged you, you know. So it kind of gets me in a little bit of trouble. But give what you have. Give the blessings and the talent and the love that you have inside to someone else, because they so desperately need it. One time my son and I we were in Phoenix at the time, and we had gone into Church's Chicken, and I saw a young man sitting outside, obviously homeless. And I thought, you know, it could be my son. So, while I was ordering, I ordered 3. One for me, one for my son, and one for that young man. Well, in the meantime, the young man had come in, gone to the bathroom, was sitting down, and I told my son, give him that food there. And so my son did, and the man said, well, why are you feeding me? I said, why am I not feeding you? I said, you're hungry, right? And he says, yes, ma'am. I said, well, eat. I said, you know, I don't just feed me and feed mine. I feed the others if I can, and I can right now, so enjoy it. And my son and I, of course, we weren't going to eat there. We were carrying it out with us. But the young man was surprised that people cared. And that's very sad. It's very sad when you meet someone and realize that someone has not been loved in a long time. You can really see it in the person. So give that love. Give it. Don't keep it for yourself. It's not for us. Actually, I get more love for me when I give than when I try to hold it all for me. You know, I don't know if you all ever see RuPaul, but, you know, he said, if you can't love yourself, how can anybody else love you? And I feel if you can't love yourself, you can't love others. So love yourself and give that love to someone else. Don't let this world be of just hatred. There's too much in it. There's too much. So let's be the source. Let's be the one that changes from hate to love. Let's be that source. Because if we're not, who's going to be? Yeah, who's going to be? Anyway, that's my little thing for this morning. And I might put out another video this afternoon. I don't know yet, but I might put out another video this afternoon. So, for right now, y'all, peace, love, happiness. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hugs to you.